Well, it's Wednesday and it's time for Woolly Hats Wednesday Whips, my weekly ramblings on my crochet and knitting projects. I've been out and about this week, here and there, but I have managed to do some crochet and knitting. A few weeks ago I was doing cushion cover for here to go with the new throw, but I didn't like it, so I ripped it out, so I've started again, and this time I'm doing a basket weave pattern. So that's one side there. And here is the other side, which you can probably see more clearly. Sorry, that's the wrap round. That's the sort of a mustard colour one, and so I'm going to have one side mustard, one side blue, and then perhaps do an alternate colour around the edge. So that's it. It's quite a nice stitch to do because it's post stitches. So it's 4 of the front post and then 4 of the back post. And you do that for 4 different rows, and then you alternate it. And it's a nice solid sort of texture to cover a cushion cover. So I should be finishing that and covering that with it, and I'll use a different colour around the edge, so probably a purpley colour. So that will complement my new throw that I've got here, so it won't be too busy, so it's fairly plain. So that's my crochet project. So I've also started a new knitting project. So I finished the top I did last week, which I showed you, and so now I'm looking forward to Christmas, and here we go. So this is Christmas stockings, and you can see that it's got the name on there, Thomas, little boy called Thomas. I'm doing another one for a little boy called Charlie. They are brothers, and I've found this pattern on Ravelry that you can pick and choose the motifs, so it's that way up. So here I've got some holly and some Santa Claus, and then when I get to the foot I might do something else, some snowflakes or something. I'll have to see how it goes. I shall be doing a green heel, and you can see here I've put in a line there because this is going to be an afterthought heel. So when I've gone the whole length, I'll pull that out, put the needles in, and then do the heel in green. And the reason for doing that is because with Fair Isle it's quite difficult to do that with a heel where you do a traditional method of a cuff down. So I'm going to be doing that. So that's one. And obviously with stockings I only have to do one, so you don't get second sock syndrome. And for those who aren't sock knitters, that's when you've delighted in finishing one sock and then realise you've got to do another one all over again. So there's a good way around that, is do lots and lots of one pair of the sock, and then you go around to do the second lot, and you forget you've done that, so it becomes less of a second sock syndrome. So that's sock number 1. So I thought they were nice jolly colours. I'm using West Yorkshire Spinners Colour Lab. I think I showed you the wool in a previous episode, and the reason I'm doing that is because it's nice, it's 100% wool, which you might think, well, why do that for a stocking? Well, hopefully this will last a long time and the colours won't fade. And also for Fair Isle you need for it to work really well, you need something with a lot of texture, so it sticks together. If you use a smooth acrylic, it tends to move around and you get little gaps and things in the knitting. So I like to use something with a high percentage of wool, and also a high percentage of wool that's quite furry, so it sticks together, it's got like a texture. So those are my projects this week. I hope you're having a good week, and I've got some interesting projects on the way. Interesting news, you might find that I've got nearly full classes for the evening crochet. So if you want to be on the waiting list for that, let me know, but I think I've nearly filled that one. There are still spaces on the afternoon Learn to Crochet. That's 1 o'clock on the starting of the 6th of October. So that's there, and I've also got a few places left on the Learn to Knit, so if anybody wants to have a go at that, then just get in contact with me, so that will be brilliant. But that's 6th of October, so that's 5-6 weeks time. Doesn't time fly? You think you're August, and then it's all of a sudden it's nearly September and October. Mind you, it feels very autumnal today. That's why I'm inside, because it's quite cool. And it's the thicker jumper. Now this one, yes, I made this. This one is another Rowan pattern from many years ago, and I knitted Mr. W a cardigan, and I think I miscalculated the amount of yarn I needed, so this was left over, so I did this, which I thought was quite nice. It's Rowan Handknit cotton, so it knitted up really well, and is very good for a day like today when it's supposed to be summer but the sun doesn't shine, so you want something a bit summery but also keeps you a bit warm. So that's the history of this. So what else have I got to show? Tomorrow we're having another knit and natter, and I've been picking plums off my plum tree, so I might be making Nigel Slater's very nice plum cake. So it's sort of like a ginger cake, but it's more cinnamon, and then you put the plums on top and they sink down into it. It's really nice and sticky and yummy. So if you want to join us for knit and natter tomorrow, we're here at 11 o'clock in the morning for an hour. Just message me and I'll tell you where my address is, because I don't really want to plaster it all over the internet, although probably if you wanted to you could find it out very easily for those who know about these things. And it would be lovely to see you, whether you bring knitting or crochet, or you can just come along for a chat. One of my friends is coming along, she's bringing a bicycle. Not that she's going to be talking us through that, but we're going to store it in the garage. Anyway, enough of that. I hope to see you soon, whether it's at Knit and Natter or one of my classes, and I hope you're having a lovely time and doing some interesting knitting and crochet. That's all for me this week. See you next week. Bye bye.